How to solve Leetcode question longest palindrome substrings, and this is a median Leetcode question. So giving a string of S, return the longest palindrome substring in S. So this is the string that they give to you in this example, and you want to find the longest palindrome. Palindrome is a string that they give to you. You read it forward and it reads the same backward. So BAB, when you read backward, is also BAB. So that's why the BAB is a palindrome. So you want to find the longest palindrome that exists in the string, that whatever that exists in here. And for this one, the second example, C BBD, and the longest palindrome is BB. So it wants you to return the BB, right? And here's some constraint here. And if you look at this frequency it got asked so many times in the past 6 months. It's definitely a question that worth practicing. And if you think about this question, that for example, CBBD, or let's just use the first example that they give to us, BABAD, right? So I was thinking at the beginning, I will use a 2-pointer if the left is at B and the right is at A. It's really hard for me to expand the window and shrink the window. The reason is because if you look at B, when left is pointed at B, B itself is a palindrome, right? But when I move the right pointer to A, so I have BA. BA is not a palindrome. So should I expand the window, shrink the window, but the thing is, if you move the right pointer, if you look at BAB, it's a palindrome. So you don't know that when you should expand the window or shrink the window by using 2-pointer. It's quite confusing to me. I don't really have a good way to solve the problem by this way. However, if you think the problem in a different perspective, is that if you go through every single number in every single alphabet in this string that they give to you, right? You don't have to look at whatever next is going to be, but you just think of this I is the center of a palindrome. So if you look at a B, it's the center of a palindrome. Left is empty, right is empty. Is it a palindrome? Yeah, it is. And if you go to this number A, right, and then you're gonna check the left number is B and the right number is B, so they equal to each other, is a palindrome too, but you can't expand it further, right? So then the result is BAB. And then if you go to the B, you check, when you expand from B as a center, you expand to A, you expand to the right side as A, and you could expand. But the next step, you could left side, when you expand to B and the right side extend to D, they're no longer a palindrome. So the longest answer is ABA in this case. And then you just go through every single I, right? And then you go through A, and then you can see the left side is B and D is not a palindrome, and a D is, of course, the length is not as long as the ones that we found before. That's basically how you should solve the problem. You treat every single I as to validate if this is a palindrome from this I character, and expand it from I to the left and the right to see if it is a palindrome. And then you're gonna go through every single I, and if it is a palindrome, then you're gonna continue to expand the window. The left pointer will move to the to left, and the right pointer will move to the right side further. So +1, and left side is -1 in this case. And then you want to return the longest palindrome that you can find. So the only thing that you need to think about is that if you expand it from the middle, right, there's two type of the palindrome. One is the odd case is ABA, even case is ABBA, something like this, right? So if you if left right is all on B, right, how do you do this? And if both are like this, then you're gonna expand so basically the L and the right, you're gonna expand to the, move to the left and then move to the right, and then this one is the even case, and then you move to the BB is already left and right, and BB already is, and then you can move to the left and then move to the right. And this is something that you need to consider. Other than that, and that should solve the issue. And I'm going to show you how to do this in code. So I'm going to assign a result. So in the end, I'm going to return the result as a string, like it mentioned, the quote BAB, right? So I'm going to define the function to find its palindrome from the center of a string. So I'm going to pass three parameters. One is the S, one is the left pointer, one is the right pointer. So in this ABA case, the index is 0, 1, 2, right? And then in this even case, it's 0, 1, 2, and 3. So if we want to start iteration is while loop is if L is bigger and equal to 0, that's the left pointer, and the right is smaller than the length of the string, because no matter what, a right won't exceed that. And also SL equals to S right. So if the left equals to, if the left side is equals to the right side, in this case, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move the left pointer, continue to the left until they are no longer a palindrome, until SL does not equal to S right. So right, I need to equal 1, right? And then after the entire loop, when you break out the loop, the left side is no longer equals to the right side. And that's the time that I need to return the string. This is something to think about when I return the string, right? So 0, 1, 2 is actually the valid answer, and L is at 0, and L right is at 2 in this case. So if I let's say if the example is ABA, when I return the string, I wanted to the valid palindrome is actually the L, because the previous L is already -1. So I wanted to start from the 0, right? So I actually need to do L plus 1 to make sure it does include the A in this case. And then the right side is the right. It doesn't add any number, if that makes sense to you. And for the even case, is the same. The L also needs to add 1, because previously the L -1 already, and the right side already added a 1. So when they break out the loop, I need to make sure that L to +1 to cover the palindrome string. So that's basically the function to find if a string is a palindrome, if I pass the left pointer and 2 pointer for a string. And then I'm gonna write the main for loop to go through this for I in range of a length s, right? I'm gonna go through every single I in this string that they give to me. In the case that it's an odd case like ABA, I'm going to call this function is palindrome, and I'm going to pass the string as s, but I'm going to pass the left pointer as I, and the right pointer is I too. Because if I'm going through from the middle, then the left pointer and the right pointer equals to each other. So basically the B case. And then the even case is I'm going to call the same palindrome function. And if I'm past the same string and the left pointer is at I, and the right pointer should be I plus 1, the one right next to it, if that makes sense, before I go further, right? And then whatever that is fine, I need to find the biggest result. So the result should equals to max of the result and the odd and the even. So it will do already, but for the max function, you can pass a key, which is as the length, so that it will compare the length of the odd and the even and result all the lengths, and make sure the result get the biggest, the string with the biggest length. And then after the entire for loop, after you finish iteration of every single I, then I'm gonna return the result to find the biggest palindrome. Well, let's see. Well, L left equals to 0 and right is smaller than length of 0, and SO, stupid mistake here is if, because I'm trying to check the condition, if S the left string is equal to, I'm not trying to assign a value or anything, so definitely remember to use the equal sign. Let's try again. Yep. Okay, if you think the video is helpful, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you with more Leetcode questions. Alright, bye-bye.